Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn and Virgo love reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. Then it was not meant for you. It was meant for someone else. All right, so I have the romance angels to put down the middle. I have a deck for this side, a deck for this side, so whatever side you feel resonates with you. Then, or it could just be one big reading. Then we'll get some clarifiers and close out with an oracle. All right, so what's going on between Capricorn and Virgo, and who needs to hear a message? And what is that message that they need to hear? Flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Wedding, this situation involves marriage, or I also feel like it could be that it's bringing your relationship to a higher level. And then we have passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So I definitely feel like it's very positive energy between the two of you. Keeping it lighthearted, keeping it fun. Maybe it is that you've been in a long-term relationship and you've kind of lost that, right? You've lost that flirting, you've lost that passion. Things have become kind of dull and kind of repetitive or boring, or like you're not having those date nights, you're not doing those fun, lighthearted things that you used to do, right? And it's about getting that passion back. All right, we have, let me see, let me put this there. All right, we have the Chariot. We have Four of Wands. We have the Star. Queen of Wands, the Tower, Four of Cups, and for overall energy, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so I feel like things need to change up between the two of you. I feel like maybe things are stagnant. Like I said, maybe you've been together. When you're with someone for a long time, it's almost like you get into that routine of those daily things, and it can just be like you forget. Like you move away because you're like, oh, I don't have time to, have that date night. We don't have time, or we don't have money, or making up those excuses why you can not spend that time together or do those things together. But that's something that's incredibly important within a relationship, because you have to make sure that you still have that relationship between each other, right? When you have kids and you have other things in the way, it's like you focus on those things, but you lose each other. But eventually, like, the kids grow up and they start going to school, or they start having their own friends and they start doing their own things. And so it's like you and that person are left there together, and it's like, who are you? Like, we really got away from spending that time together. And I feel like this side has that hope for that reconnection moving forward, is getting that connection back, getting that passion back, and flirting and that lightheartedness. For future energies, there may be some things that this person is holding on to, right? But it's about rebuilding, taking the actions to rebuild this relationship back with that passion and that lightheartedness, taking that opportunity. But I feel like this side feels that there has to be, for overall energies, we have the Eight of Pentacles, taking a closer look at what are those things that we are missing, right? Because he's taking a closer look at that Pentacle, and this side is like, we're taking that closer look on what are those things that we are missing, what are those things that I want to have back in this relationship, what are those things that we need to start focusing and taking a closer look at that we're no longer doing, so that we can have a stronger connection within this relationship. And I feel like that's a good thing. It's good to take that time and look and kind of really think about things and say, what, I feel like something's missing. What is that? Let me figure that out. And so then you can communicate to the other side and say, hey, you know what? We don't have those date nights. We don't do, maybe you used to go hiking all the time, or you used to play tennis together, or you used to play golf, or, you used to, I don't know, whatever those things are that you used to do. And it's like, hey, we don't do that anymore. We need to make sure that we make time for that, because I feel like that's, when you're in that energy, you feel like you can connect with that person, you feel closer to that person, and you feel like you can talk to that person and you can let them know how you're feeling. You both have the Tower, so I feel like you both feel like things have to change within this relationship, like something has to be Then we have the sun, which is bursting through this tower, right? It wants to break out of, it wants to burst out of this tower because it's been held down. And I feel like that's your happiness, right? Your happiness has been trapped with all these walls that were put up around it. And now it's like, yeah, strip everything down, right? Because neither one of these people has any clothes on. It's like stripping it down to that bare walls, like the beginning, and then rebuilding it stronger and better. King of Cups could have to do with emotions. Things, maybe there's been like a lot of tension between the two of you, and this side wants things to become calmer. Look at that. You both have the Chariot too. I love it. You both have the Chariot and you both have the Towers. So that's why I use different decks, is to see if there's any of those repeating energies between the two of you. And I feel like that brings that connection together, right? And that you're both feeling the same thing. You're both feeling the Tower. You're both feeling the Chariot, that you want to move forward, but you're both having that Tower where you want to move those things forward. We have the Empress, which represents birth and marriage and commitment and growing and learning and evolving, right, to this Ten of Pentacles, and leaving behind those things, right, those things that are in the past. Leave those in the past to process them, you know, that those are gone, the old days are gone, those are over, and he's moving towards the future, right? I almost feel like he's walking out of the Tower and he's leaving this Tower energy behind him, and he's walking away from the Tower because he wants to be out in the sunshine, which is what the Tower is trying to bring. And then we have the Page of Wands, feeling better, feeling that connection. Page of Wands is also communicating. Page of Wands is taking those actions to communicate with this side over here. I feel like this side is a little more ahead of this side. I feel like this side is already, because this is current energy here, so this side is already in this Tower energy and saying, hey, something has to be done. So I feel like this side, because you have the Page of Wands, is ready to reach out to this side and make those changes and communicate with this side. And then this side kind of realizes, because this is future energy, that yeah, we do have to have this Tower moment. We do have to rebuild. We do have to change things up. We do have to focus on some different things. And that's why this has the overall energy of the Eight of Pentacles, is that this side is taking a closer look and realizing that and seeing that, yeah, some things have to be changed. Like, we used to have all this passion and we used to have all this fun, and we need to get back to that. But I feel like you're both on the same page, and you're both wanting to move forward. Like, you're both wanting to have this Tower moment. I don't feel that you want to have a breakup. I'm not feeling that, because the Tower can also be, you know, represent a breakup. I'm not feeling that. If you're feeling that in this reading, and these cards are, if that's what you're feeling, if that's what resonates with you from this reading, then that's fine. Like, there is no set way. It's whatever you're feeling, whatever you're seeing. Because if you're both having the Tower and you're both feeling that you want to leave, but I'm not feeling that at all from this energy. I feel like you both realize that there are some changes that need to happen within this relationship. Positive changes. Nine of Pentacles. Five of Wands. Sometimes I feel like it is that this, I feel like this side was a little bit behind, right? This side is kind of having that back and forth, right? And maybe this side is kind of arguing, or they're kind of having that pushback from this side, and it's like, no, we're fine. And this side is like, no, we're really not. And then this side is, you know, it's that communication that's going back and forth, and this side kind of realizes that, yeah, you know what? You both have the, no, not Page of Cups. I was thinking of that was the Page of Cups. But that's about feeling emotionally better, right? Wanting to get to that happiness, taking those actions to get this relationship back on track. Three of Wands, looking towards the future. Three of Wands is also about working together. Maybe you were kind of feeling a little separate there, like you're both kind of at this side and that side, but now it's like wanting to work together, moving towards the future to change things up. Oh, yay, the Sun card, right? Happiness, positivity, feeling, it's like I was saying, I felt like the sun was trying to burst through each one of these towers, and now the sun has come out on this side. for overall energy. Like, I almost feel like it's, this side feels the positive, like by taking a closer look at what's going on within the relationship, that this side feels the happiness and feels the hope, right? Because you have the Star card and the current energies, and it's like looking, having hope and faith and looking for those things, and then you kind of realize that by taking a closer look with that you see that, and that brings you happiness and excitement and good energy. Wow, look at that. We have the Tower again. So definitely there are some big things that you have to work on here, and it's a lot of rebuilding. And it may be, you know, you may go through, maybe that's why this is here too, is kind of like that push and pull and that back and forth, and trying to tear down those walls within that tower is a lot of work for the two of you. It may be, you know, you may be having, sometimes when you have a conversation, it's like it starts off and you're both feeling on the defensive, and you're kind of saying things and lashing out and, you know, saying all of these things. But then it's like when you step back and then you kind of think, then things calm down, right? Things calm down, and it's like, okay, yeah, when you really start listening to the other side, you're like, okay, I hear what it is that you're saying. I hear your ideas. I hear your thoughts. I hear your side of the situation. And being open to hearing and listening, right? Really listening to what the other side is saying, and then being able to move on from there in a positive way and taking things under control. Sometimes it's like when you have that discussion, it's like you have all of this built up energy, right? And then it just explodes, especially with these three towers. So I feel like you both kind of have this, especially this side has this pent up energy and anger and frustration that they just want to get out, and just, it explodes, and it's like, oh, thank gosh, I got that off my mind, right? I'm so glad that I said that and I was able to talk about that. And that could put the side on the defensive, you know, in the beginning. But I almost feel like it's taking everything down, like I was saying, stripping everything down to the bare bones, and then building it from there. Ace of Pentacles, love it. That new beginning, that new start, right? That new connection between the two of you, something that is even stronger and better than it was before. Five of Pentacles, I feel like it's, you know, kind of feeling like you're alone. So that may be like that energy that this side has here until they have this tower, and they're like, well, you know, I feel like this side feels this disconnect between the two of you more than the other side. But this side knows what it is that they want, what it is that they want to do, what it is that they want to achieve, and they come into that energy, right? And then they're able to release this Ten of Wands, and then work that through, because this side has those two towers there. So this side, like I said, has a lot of thoughts and ideas and energy and pent-up frustrations. But I feel like this side needs to kind of process those things, figure out that what it is that they want in this relationship, kind of have that clarity first, and then be able to move forward, to feel better, to feel calmer, right? To have things smoother. Maybe this side is a little more reactive, or this side has just had so much that's been pent up, and then the floodgates open. All right, and then this side is able to get past that situation, right? To be able to move past it. So I feel like this side is struggling more with things. And then one more. The Star. So you both have the Star. So it took this side a little bit longer, a lot more of a process, more of things that this side has to work through and deal with. But they have a lot, two towers, so they have a lot built up. But they do have hope. They do have positive, you know, thoughts and energies, and the Chariot, right? So then we have the Star. You guys got the Star, and then you have the Chariot, ready to move forward, feeling positive. I feel like, but it's going to be kind of a shake-up first to order to get through that, these two tower energies here. But this side has to make sure that they're open to listening. You both have to be at that place where you're open to listening. And I feel like you both realize that things have to be worked on within this relationship. And you have to be, you know, it's almost like you want this person, like you both have things that you want to release and you want to talk about and you want to deal with, and you want that other person to be able to hear that. And once you let that go, you're like, okay, I got that off my chest, I got that out of the way. Now, you know, we've had that tower moment, and now I'm ready to rebuild. kind of like clearing the slate, right? And then starting new. But I feel like this situation definitely brings the two of you a lot closer together. All right. We have Moth Spirit, surrender now. And I feel like that has to go again with that Tower. And it definitely has the colors of the Tower, right? Kind of realizing that now is the time that this has to be dealt with before, you know, you're adding on another Tower, right? Before more stuff is piled up on top. Like, it's time to deal with this situation and get past this situation and work through this situation. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.